This is Community Spotlight. I'm Dan Levine, and today I'm sitting here with Reverend Gail Doctor, co-founder of an agency that's very near and dear to me, the Way Station. Hello, Gail. How are you?
I'm great. Glad to be here with you, Dan.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've been here in the Valley for 6 years. I was called to the Jackson Community Church up in Jackson, New Hampshire. And as I got to know the community, along with my co-partner in crime, Reverend Nathan Hall of Nativity Lutheran Church, we were sitting on a coalition that was working on housing in the Valley. And we really became aware of homelessness as a gap that wasn't being addressed except through the work of Tri-County CAP. But there's no shelter in Carroll County at this point to address homelessness. And so we started wondering what was the most immediate way that we could respond to that need. And the Way Station was born through the very dedicated work of a group of volunteers. We did a lot of research, went to 3 other states and looked at many other programs, and then decided what we could start with. And here we are.
Wonderful. So what is the Way Station?
So the Way Station, the way that we're sitting in it right now, is an immediate response to homelessness. You know about it pretty well yourself, Dan. Actually, you are the face of the Way Station. But the Way Station is a nonprofit that is trying to address homelessness on many fronts. And so one front, which is the operations here in this room that we're sitting in, is the first line of response. It's to stay in touch with people, build relationships, make sure they have phones, food, some form of shelter if possible, showers, access to a P.O. box, things like that. The things that are basic necessities just to keep you alive and in front of other people and connected. And then the Way Station is also a response that is aiming at looking at housing issues. We're looking at the disruption of the poverty cycle through a new program called Circles. And we're looking at other forms of economic stabilization. So we're trying to address it on many fronts.
Excellent. And how long has the Way Station been in operations?
We opened about 3 years ago. We're a very young agency or nonprofit. We are not a religious nonprofit. Our board has ministers on it, and we are certainly supported by many local churches and many other local nonprofit agencies. But this initiative is separate from any of our churches and is a non-religious nonprofit all of its own.
Excellent. If somebody needed to get in touch with the Way Station, how would they do that?
Well, I'm going to just model this wonderful phone number here. 603-452-7113 is absolutely the best way to reach Dan and the Way Station and get connected to see what we might be able to do to be part of a safety net for people. We don't solve everything. We know we can't. Homelessness is a very complicated issue. There are a lot of reasons why people end up that way, and there are a lot of factors to trying to, again, interrupt that cycle and maybe try to stabilize something. So we hope that we can be part of a solution, and we have a lot of other partners in the Valley and in the state that are also working along with us to address the many factors that go into this.
If you could, just take a moment and tell us a little bit about your plans for the future.
So, as I was alluding to, we call them the 4 pillars, and they together spell out hope. So we're thinking about housing. We're looking right now at our own building and working on renovations to this building so that we might be able to improve its capacity to both operate as the base of operations for the Way Station and perhaps offer 1 or 2 or a few more housing units here in the Valley. And we're also working on partnerships with other groups that are approaching housing from different angles. That's the H. Okay, so that's housing. O, the O of hope is operations, and that's that's the center where you spend quite a bit of time working with clients on just their receiving basic services that they might, or basic amenities they might need, like getting clean for a day, or getting referrals, or having somebody listen to them and try to connect them with the right resources. P in hope is poverty mitigation or poverty disruption, which again, as I said, is we're tackling that using a program called Circles. And then we have a fourth pillar of our plans, and that is economic stabilization. And we are able to occasionally try to help keep people in the housing that they're already in, using partnering organizations to provide small amounts of response to certain situations.
Okay.
It's a very case-by-case basis. So hope is what we're after.
Sure. Excellent. And so how do you fund all of this?
We do it mostly through private donations.
Okay.
Donations might come from individuals, they might come from churches, other nonprofits. Certainly, we have been the recipients of some very wonderful grants. New Hampshire Charitable Foundation and other organizations have been wonderful partners for us.
So there's a lot of good community support.
There's a lot of great community support.
Excellent.
And the community support also comes again in the arena of relationships and partnerships that we have with so many organizations that we work with who also offer services. We try not to have any redundancies in service.
Sure.
So if somebody else is good at something, we try to make those referrals so that our clients, our friends, our neighbors will be able to find out who else could make a meaningful difference in their lives.
Excellent. So if somebody from the community wanted to help, how would they, for example, be able to volunteer or send a donation?
So they can go to Way Station, W-A-Y, Station, STATIONNH.org. Ta-da! And make a donation, or they can certainly email waystationnh@gmail.com to get in touch with you.
Sure.
Make that connection.
Absolutely. Well, Gail, thank you very much for talking about the Way Station today. If you know somebody that's in need of services, or you yourself are in need of services, please reach out. The resources that the Way Station has are meant for you.